couple hundred people from around the area gathered for the No Kings rally in Fergus Falls on Saturday, an event described by organizers as a national day of action and mass mobilization in response to increasing authoritarian excesses and corruption from President Trump and his allies.
And we just think that Trump is trying to turn himself into a king, and that's not, our country was founded on getting rid of kings.
Because the things that are happening in this country are so disgusting. So disgusting. We're letting it happen. We cannot let this happen.
Every participant had their own reason for showing up to the Spies Riverfront Pavilion that day.
This is the first time I've ever done this, but I think we're going to lose our democracy if we do not start speaking up and take our country back.
I'm here to support everybody else that's here and to call attention to the dangerous things that are happening in this country.
I feel like a lot of times the voices on our side can be quieter than voices on the other side, and we need to be heard. It is not the time to be quiet. It's a time to be loud and be present and be here.
Obviously, it's really great to have the camaraderie. It's nice to know that sometimes you feel insulated when you're at home watching TV, like there's nobody else out there, and it's nice to know that there's a lot of people. And, not only to let us know that, but the other people out there too, that we're not just singular, that there's a lot of people out here who really disagree with the way things are going.
Organizer Pam Machithidi was very surprised by the turnout.
I am amazed at the turnout. I was expecting 6 to 8 people when I thought about coming here today, and I think that there's almost 350 if I'm estimating right. Who knows? But I think people feel that they need to be with other people who object to what's going on in our government.
While Minnesota officials asked organizers across the state to cancel their events following the attacks on House Speaker Melissa Hortman, Senator John Hoffman, and their families, that didn't seem to deter people from filling up Union Bridge and speaking their minds.
Motivated me even more, because if we all go into our house and be scared, this is what they want. We need to stand up for our own democracy and our country and the people that live here.
I am not concerned, but everybody should think about it a little and try to be aware of their surroundings, but definitely do not be intimidated. Do not be scared into not acting. That's exactly what people want. Those killings were brutal, and they were unjust, and they were a disgusting shame, but they were also probably designed to tamper today's events.
While the majority of people at the event were participants, there were a few people against the protest, but they weren't there to pick a fight.
Just come to talk to people, because when we stop talking is when it gets violent. If we stop talking, that's when the sides separate and violence starts.
Dallas says that while he was just there to respectfully converse and debate,
there's been the woman that I just talked to was very nice. She was very respectful, but I've been called racist because I was white. That I was expecting. Haven't been called sexist yet, but surprised by that. I was called stupid, ignorant, just because I have different views. And that, I think, is completely wrong. I didn't call anybody else stupid or idiot, and I just don't believe you should treat the opposite side like that just because they don't believe the same as you do.
Despite the peaceful nature of the rally, there was a brief moment of tension towards the end. Video of the incident shows participants crossing the crosswalk, stopping traffic for about 15 seconds before a pickup with a Trump 2024 flag that had been driving by in counter-protest goes around the car in front of it, into the opposing lane of traffic, and stopping just short of the crosswalk. The protesters walking stop, and more come and stand on the crosswalk. The truck goes back and ends up turning down Stanton Avenue, while the rally's organizers disperse the participants on the crosswalk. The incident was reported to police, and no charges were filed.
And you know that there's a possibility that anything at any time could happen, and that's worrisome. You're more on your guard nowadays than you ever have. But on the same token, it's a nice community, it's a good community, and I think even people who have differing opinions, most of them still see our American free right to speak is guaranteed.
For KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian.